We're going to be doing a large HD photo panel on this. Hello, this is Michael with Giotto Imaging Supplies coming to you with another dye sublimation video, and this one's quite a bit different than our usual for me particularly, as this will be my first time using one of these large format presses. I've never had the opportunity to do something like this on a big press like this, so I'm very excited for the opportunity. Let me start by apologizing for the state of our showroom today. We were moving a bunch of stuff in from a show that we did in Toronto. Couldn't help ourselves. We're so excited to take a shot at this big large format press. It's not exactly 31 by 24, it's 31.5 by just a little under 24 inches at 23.8 or something like that. It is a fantastic press. You can see that it does pull out, so you're not trying to stick your head into the press when you're using it. So let's start by saying that we're using our trusty Epson 570 dye sublimation printer for it. I say trusty because this printer has been through so much with us. We have taken it across the country back and forth. I don't know, it's around a dozen times or more now. And she always comes back working well, even when she's left to sit for a little bit. A quick flush of the inks and she's ready to go. So we're very excited about how well that's working. And as I said, we're also going to be using our new large format heat press. So as always, I do my metal prints face down. And because this is a larger metal print, we're actually upping the time that we do it for a little bit, because we really want that heat to be evenly distributed throughout the entirety of the HD panel. A larger HD panel means it might need a little bit more time to get up to heat and have that heat evenly distributed. What do we do first? Well, we take our printout, which we've got here, again done on the Epson F570, and we're going to lay that out on our lower platen, trying to make sure that everything is going to actually get heat. I'm going to grab this. This is an HD panel, and it has already had the plastic coating stripped off of it. Do always remember to get that plastic coating off. All right, so normally you would tape it down, but with a larger one like this, as long as your image size is big enough, it shouldn't be an issue to just lay it down and center it. For pressure, you've got two knobs, so make sure you preset your pressure. You can use a level, make sure that you level the top and the bottom, but you also, as you're bringing it down, you're gonna feel if one side is heavier pressure than the other. Make sure that you're being careful and that you do this as a preset. I always say to people as well, before you waste a bunch of money on a big one like this, make sure that you do something with a smaller one that doesn't cost as much money, so that you're testing it out. Maybe grab a couple of 5x7s and do them on each side. That way you're testing the pressure. If both of those 5x7s on each side are coming out perfectly, then you can take it to the next step. So normally what I would suggest is that you grab some kind of a craft paper, or if you've got it in large enough a size, parchment paper, to cover over the back of this. The reason you would do that is to prevent ink from getting up onto your platen, right, when it sublimates. I don't have a piece that's big enough handy. We've really not had a chance to use a press this size in the shop before. A little bit of rubbing alcohol, that'll take care of it. A little warm, a little bit warm, like you know, warm enough that you're like, oh wow, that's, you know, I can feel that, but not warm enough that it would ever burn your hand or hurt the platen, because you're now putting something too cold against a very hot platen. You want to avoid doing anything like that. You could hurt the press. Okay, so we're just going to run it as is without any covering. What you do is you'll push this in, get it all lined up, and then bring her down. Now I'm using a little bit heavier pressure for this than I normally do for an HD panel. This is, I would say, a little bit on the heavier side of medium. But as I said, this is my first time doing something this size before, so I'm learning as I'm going as well. It's going to be another 60 seconds or so. we'll see you then. Getting exciting down to the short strokes. Whoop! There we go. Oh!
Oh.
Woo! Well, we have success. Look at that. Woo! Look at that steam coming off of it. So, something this size, when you're sublimating something this size, you definitely want to make sure that you are in a ventilated space. We got a big fan here going and our doors are all open, but that's something you want to watch out for. Oh, this is hot on my hands, so obviously wearing gloves is also going to be really important. Let's take a look at our paper for a second. I'm going to lay this down to cool. Yeah, we got a very good strong release. Looks even too on the paper. When you want to see what your results look like, it's hot in here. You want to see what your results look like? Often looking at the paper will tell you a lot about the story, and you can see lots of very good release, good contrast between here and here, which tells you a lot about how much ink ended up actually embedded into our photo panel. Looks really good. So I think I actually managed to hit it first try. That was 385 for 80 seconds. And look at that. Nice, crisp, beautiful image. Boy, I bet you I can find somebody in here at Giotto who wants to take that home and put it on their wall. Looking at you, Ray. Yeah, this looks great. Thank you so much for joining us here at Giotto for another experimental video doing a large format HD panel on a large format press. One thing to note, you may have noticed this was not an auto release press. Our first batch of these were not auto release. Our future batch will be, so if that's a priority for you, those will be coming. These will also, by the way, these not auto-release presses are quite a bit cheaper because they're not auto-release. So if that's not a priority for you, get them while they're hot, because they're only going to be on the website for so long. Thank you so much for joining us. If you like this content, please like. If you really like this content, please subscribe, tell all your friends, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time here at Giotto Imaging Supplies. I'm Michael. Happy sublimating.